What if your body wasn't getting enough blood, and you didn't even realize it? Blood circulation is one of the most important systems in your body. Every second, your heart pumps blood through a vast network of vessels, delivering oxygen, nutrients, and energy to every organ, every muscle, every cell. But when circulation becomes poor, everything begins to change, slowly, quietly, and often without obvious warning. The problem is, most people don't recognize the early signs. They assume it's age, fatigue, or something temporary. But poor circulation is not something to ignore, because over time, it can affect the heart, the brain, the nerves, and the entire body. Today, we're going to talk about 8 signs of poor blood circulation that many people overlook. These are early signals your body may be sending, and one of these signs is something millions of people experience every day, but never connect to circulation. Let's begin. The first sign is cold hands and feet. This is one of the most common symptoms of poor circulation. When blood flow is reduced, less warm blood reaches the extremities. As a result, the hands and feet may feel cold, even when the environment is not cold. Some people notice cold fingers, cold toes, or difficulty warming up. Now, occasional cold hands or feet can be normal, but when it happens frequently, it may indicate that blood is not reaching those areas efficiently. The second sign is numbness or tingling, often described as pins and needles, a buzzing sensation, or a loss of feeling. This occurs when nerves are not receiving enough oxygen and nutrients. Nerves depend on blood flow to function properly. When circulation is reduced, nerve signals become disrupted. This can lead to tingling or numbness, especially in the hands, the feet, or the legs. Many people ignore this symptom. They assume it's temporary, but repeated numbness may be a sign of underlying circulation issues. The third sign is swelling in the legs or feet. Poor circulation can cause fluid to accumulate in the lower parts of the body. This happens because blood is not moving efficiently back toward the heart. Gravity pulls fluid downward, and without proper circulation, it begins to collect. People may notice swollen ankles, tight shoes, or heaviness in the legs. This is not just discomfort, it's a signal that blood flow may be impaired. The fourth sign is fatigue, not just general tiredness, but a deeper lack of energy. When circulation is poor, oxygen delivery to the muscles and organs is reduced. This means the body has less energy to work with. As a result, tasks feel harder, energy drops, recovery takes longer. People often blame fatigue on lifestyle, but sometimes it's about circulation. The fifth sign is slow healing of wounds. When blood flow is reduced, the body cannot deliver enough oxygen and nutrients to damaged tissue. This slows the healing process. Cuts, bruises, and small injuries may take longer to recover. People may notice wounds that stay red, slow skin repair, or increased risk of infection. This is because circulation plays a critical role in healing. The sixth sign is something many people overlook: changes in skin color. Poor circulation can cause the skin to appear pale, bluish, or uneven in tone. This happens because blood is not reaching certain areas properly. Some people notice discoloration in the hands or feet, or a dull appearance of the skin. This is a visual signal that circulation may be affected. At this point, something important becomes clear. These symptoms don't feel dramatic. They don't feel urgent, but they are signals. Signals that something inside the body may not be functioning properly. Now here's something most people don't realize. Poor circulation doesn't always feel serious. It doesn't always create strong pain. It doesn't force you to stop. Instead, it develops quietly, gradually, and that's exactly why it's often ignored. Let's continue. The seventh sign is muscle cramps or weakness. This can happen in the legs, feet, or even the arms. Some people experience sudden cramping while walking. Others feel weakness or heaviness in their muscles. This happens because muscles rely on a steady supply of oxygen. When circulation is reduced, muscles don't receive what they need. As a result, they fatigue faster, they cramp more easily, and they feel weaker. Some people notice that they have to stop while walking because of discomfort in their legs. Then after resting, it improves. This pattern is important because it may indicate that blood flow is limited during activity. The eighth and final sign is something many people completely overlook: difficulty concentrating or brain fog. This may feel like slower thinking, lack of focus, forgetfulness, mental fatigue. The brain depends heavily on oxygen. It uses more energy than almost any other organ in the body. When circulation is reduced, the brain may not receive enough oxygen-rich blood. This can affect clarity, memory, and concentration. People often assume this is just aging, or stress, or lack of sleep. But sometimes, it's about circulation. Now, when you look at all of these signs together, a pattern begins to appear: cold hands and feet, tingling, swelling, fatigue, slow healing, skin changes, muscle cramps, brain fog. Each one seems small on its own, but together, they tell a story about how blood is moving through the body. Here's why this matters. Blood is not just a fluid, it's a delivery system. It carries oxygen, nutrients, hormones to every part of your body, and it removes waste. When circulation is good, everything functions smoothly. But when circulation is poor, every system begins to feel the effects. The heart has to work harder. The brain receives less oxygen. The muscles fatigue faster. The skin heals slower. The nerves become more sensitive. Over time, these small effects can build into larger problems. Now here's something very important. Poor circulation doesn't usually happen suddenly. It develops over time, often as a result of aging, lifestyle, or underlying health conditions. Blood vessels may become narrower, less flexible, more resistant to flow, and the body adapts. At first, but over time, the system becomes less efficient, and that's when the signs begin to appear, not loudly, but quietly. Another important detail: symptoms may come and go. They are not always constant. One day you feel them, the next day you don't. This creates confusion. People think, if it was serious, it would be constant. But circulation doesn't work that way. It changes depending on activity, posture, hydration, and overall health. Now, let's talk about age. After 50, circulation often becomes less efficient. Blood vessels may lose elasticity, blood flow may slow, and the risk of circulation problems increases. This is why these signs become more common with age. But here's the good news. The body is incredibly adaptable. It responds to changes, to habits, to lifestyle. Circulation can improve when the body is supported properly. But the first step is awareness, because you can't improve what you don't recognize. Let's make this simple. Ask yourself, do my hands or feet feel cold often? Do I experience tingling or numbness? Do my legs swell or feel heavy? Do I feel more tired than usual? Do wounds take longer to heal? Have I noticed changes in my skin color? Do my muscles cramp easily? Do I struggle with focus or memory? If several of these are happening, it may be time to pay attention. Now let's be clear. Not every symptom means something serious, but patterns matter. Repeated signals matter. Changes matter. Ignoring them is where the risk begins. Your body is constantly communicating, through sensations, through discomfort, through small changes. The challenge is learning to listen. Because the most dangerous problems are the ones that develop silently. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this: Circulation affects everything, every organ, every system, every function, and when it changes, the body notices, even if you don't. Your body is always giving you information. The question is, are you paying attention? If you found this video helpful, stay with our channel. We break down complex health signals into simple, clear explanations so you can better understand what your body may be trying to tell you. And in the next video, we'll talk about something just as important: the early signs your arteries may be clogged, even if you feel completely normal. Make sure to stay with us so you don't miss it.